Hello and welcome. It is November 5th. My name is Sarah McLean, and I am grateful to be here. Yesterday was my birthday, and I thought, aren't I lucky to have a whole new year ahead of me? And I just love waking up to a new day, a new moment, and I really am grateful for my life. And I had to thank my mother, who's still alive, living in Salem, Massachusetts, for my birth. The Buddha said once, I wasn't there, that you can carry your parents on your shoulders for your entire life and not pay them back for your birth. So that's what I've been doing. Anyway, I hope you're doing well. I know there's a lot going on this planet, and it's sometimes really hard to maintain your inner sanctum of peace. I really do try to avoid conversations about things I can't do much about. And I definitely avoid taking sides of situations that I only know about third or fourth hand. And I really maintain and try to become the ripple of peace. And I think that's why you're here too. So I want to welcome you. If you'd like to in the chat, put where you are or why you're here. I'm really curious. I'm putting together a new course, and I want to know what it is that people come to meditate for. And do you do this on your own, or do you need me? And so I'd love to hear what you came here for today, or why you come on Sundays sometimes, or go to group meditations, and then where you're sitting. So thank you. I'm going to read the chat afterwards, so I'm not going to read it now because I don't want to mess up my focus here. So I was thinking about being the ripple effect, being the joy ripple, being the peace ripple. And I'm here in Las Vegas, and of course there are hordes and hordes of people here. And I just decided I'm just going to be joyful. I know people here on vacation, so they're naturally a little more joyful. And I know people are escaping a lot of burdens and pains in the news, probably. But I just really always find there's an opportunity to smile at someone or give them a compliment or just connect in a deep way with them, even if it's only for 30 seconds. So I think that's what we can do. You heard the phrase think globally, but act locally. So locally is where you are. Locally is the people you meet. Locally can be where you pray with a big open heart and a sincere heart, and you know that your prayer transcends time and space. Now, I used to work for a woman named Byron Katie, and I love to do what's called the work of Byron Katie. And quite often, for those of you who know her, she does this investigation into words that cause us suffering. And she usually says, the order of creation is that you have a thought, the thought leads to a feeling or an emotion. That feeling leads to an action. And then that action leads to the life you have. And she says, a thought can just take you on a journey. And some of us don't even recognize that thoughts are things. We don't have to believe them. So, for instance, if you want to do this real quick right now, it's just a little game I want to play. So, think of something that has been disturbing your peace. A sentence maybe, people shouldn't fight, people should kill, people should be kind, whatever it is. And what's the reality of it? Is it true? Is it true? I mean, what's the reality of it? Are people kind? Do people fight? Do people get killed? Can you absolutely know it's true that people should do what you think should do? The next question is, how do you react when you think that thought? Any disturbing thought that you replay, and let's face it, many of us replay our histories over and over, or replay bad news over and over. How do you react when you think that thought? How do you behave? How do you treat others? Where do you feel it in your body? What are the ripple effects of that thought? And the last question is, who would you be if you were unable to think that thought? Who would you be if you were unable to think this thought? Most people say they feel unburdened or freer, happier, lighter, closer to peace. So Byron Katie used to say the order of creation is think, then you have a feeling, then you take an action, and then you have the life you have because we believe our thoughts. But I realize there's something before think, and it is be, being, be, think, feel, act, have. So today I want to talk about being and consciousness and help you with a meditation that consists of a word or a mantra. You know, a meditation journey is, well, I'm going to ask you, do you think a meditation journey is a thought journey, like being guided and thinking about things in a certain way? Or do you think a meditation journey is an awareness journey where your awareness goes beyond thinking, that you connect with the thinker of the thoughts, the real you, the one who is just investigating your thoughts? For me, it's an awareness journey, and I'm so glad to be on it with you. So let's talk about meditation that helps you to transcend thoughts and rest in being. So the surefire way that I do it, and you probably have a different way, or maybe you have another way, or you like my way, is to use a mantra silently. The word mantra means instrument for the mind, and it can be done using mantra in meditation can be done in many ways. You can think a mantra, you can speak a mantra like a prayer, you can listen to other people chanting mantras like the Dalai Lama. So you can listen to them, think them. That's what I call thinking them is repeating them in your mind. Listen to them, other people doing that. You can even write them. If you go to Dharamsala, where the Dalai Lama is, they carve mantras into rocks. So today we're going to be thinking a mantra, and many of you have practiced mantra meditations with me, but I have a particular reason to do this because for those of you who know the poetry of Rumi, there's this poem that he says, outside of right doing and wrongdoing, there's a field and I'll meet you there. Outside of right doing and wrongdoing, there's a field and I'll meet you there. This is the field, I believe, that we can all access when we meditate. We go on this awareness journey. It's not a thought journey. Who's right? Who's wrong? Am I doing this right? Am I doing this wrong? Are they doing it right? Are they doing it wrong? It's an awareness journey where you start at the level of mental activity, as we all do, and then you repeat a particular word silently to yourself that interrupts the activity of the mind. And what happens in the space between one thought and another? What happens? There's this momentary pause. You may not even be aware of it. It's kind of like the pause between your breaths. So this is consciousness. This is the field of consciousness, these pauses between births, these pauses between moments, and the pause and the origination of our lives. So today we're going to be practicing a mantra. And for those of you who've been with me before, you know I talk about the five essentials of any meditation. And I'm going to share them with you now. And then I'll teach you the mantra. And we'll do that after a short body awareness practice. So the five essentials for any successful meditation, I believe, are the following. The first is it's okay to have thoughts. So we're not trying to stop thinking by thinking about not thinking. So it's really good. I've said this over and over again, and there's still people who say, but I can't stop thinking. Well, good. Let that mind just do its thing. But you're the thinker of the thought, okay? Sometimes those thoughts can carry you away. So we're going to be diving into where you, the self, the soul dwells. So you don't have to try to do it. That's the other thing. So first essential is Thoughts are okay. Second is be kind to yourself throughout this whole practice because what neurons that fire together wire together. And if you're constantly beating yourself up for some unknown or godforsaken reason, you can knock it off in meditation. Give yourself a break. Third, do not try to do anything in meditation. I know I talk about transcending and going into the field of love. Don't try to do it. Instead, let the meditation take you there. It's not a test of your will. It's the practice that is age old that will do it. Lastly, or actually, let's do a beginner's mind. Have a beginner's mind, even if you've meditated thousands of days in a row or hundreds of times with mantras. Just have a beginner's mind as if this is the very first time. And lastly, don't give up. Don't give up. So, what we're going to do is set aside about the next 15, 20 minutes and do a mantra practice right after body scan. Now, as we're doing this body scan, I'm going to invite you to pay attention to various areas of your body, to relax these areas, and if you can find some gratitude for your body, your ride as you do it. If it's easy, if it's too much, just let it be. Okay, I will keep track of the time. I'm going to guide you into this practice. So I'm going to invite you to close your eyes if you want. And if you are actually, if you prefer to keep them open and gazing towards your hands or the floor, you can do that as well. That's perfectly fine. Adjust your posture so you can get very comfortable where you're sitting and hopefully you're upright. The aim here is to be relatively still and very comfortable. Okay. So your hands can be wherever you want them to be on your lap or on your knees, face up, face down, whatever feels good. And we'll start by remembering why we're here. Why did you come here today? What is it you hope your meditation brings you? Just let that settle in, that intention that informs your meditation. You don't have to think about it over and over again. You're just planting that seed right now. Giving yourself some deeper breaths through the nose, breathing in slowly and fully on the inhale, and exhaling slowly and fully. 3 long, slow, deep breaths at your own pace. Let your breath return to its natural rhythm and depth. There's no need to force, concentrate, regulate your breath. Let it be natural as it is. Begin to tune into the sounds around you, practicing welcoming every sound, not concerning yourself with the source of the sound. You may hear sounds that are far, far away, sounds that come and go. Sounds close to you or even inside you. Welcoming everything, resisting nothing, and letting go of needing to know where the source of the sound is and simply listen to the sounds of the sounds. With the same non-judgmental attitude, I invite you now to pay attention to your body, which is right here, right now. And the quality of attention is similar to the quality of attention you listen to the sounds with. Easy, non-resistant, no stories about the source of the sensations in the body. You can begin by relaxing your forehead and your eyes, remembering to invite this attitude of gratitude for your body as we move to your beautiful face, your mouth, your chin, your neck, your shoulders, letting your arms hang comfortably from your shoulders with your hands in your lap. Maybe noticing subtle sensations of the air on your skin or where your hands meet your thighs. Bring your attention now to the back of your neck and your upper back. Scanning the back of your body, noticing where your body meets the chair or the cushion. Perhaps inviting the gratitude for being supported right here in this moment and for your willingness to be here now. With curiosity and gratitude, paying attention to the front of your body, your neck and collarbones, your chest and rib cage, your diaphragm and your belly. Feeling where your body meets the chair and letting go of any tension in your hips, your pelvis. Feeling the sensations as you relax your lower legs, your thighs. Bring your loving attention to your feet. And letting your awareness be surrounding your entire body. Maybe noticing where you begin or end. And feeling the way the body moves with the breath, the natural breath. Maybe you can hear your breath, the sound of the breath, as well as feel it, the sensation of the breath. Maybe you feel the way your chest rises and falls with each breath. We're going to introduce a mantra now silently. On the inhale, the mantra is Ma, M-A, as in the divine feminine. And on the exhale, the mantra is Om, O-M. And as you breathe in and out, you can even drop your awareness to the rise and fall of your breastbone. Inhaling Ma, exhaling Om. Ma on the inhale, Om on the exhale. Simply focus on the sound of the mantra rather than any meaning you have associated with it. And let your mantra repetition be very gentle and relaxed. Just thinking the mantra Ma on the inhale and Om as you exhale. Thoughts will come and go and maybe distract you, but just return to the mantra easily and gently and being kind to yourself. There's no particular feeling you should be having, no particular experience you should be having. Simply and easily repeat the mantra silently. And we'll be doing this for a few more minutes. I'll keep track of the time. On the inhale, Om on the exhale. And let go of the mantra and simply rest as you pay attention to the breath now. Gentle attention, resting in being. I'm going to repeat a phrase from the loving kindness prayer, and I invite you to say it to yourself. May I be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May I be joyous and peaceful. As we sit here together with our eyes closed, we can wish this same blessing for everyone here. May you be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May you be joyous and peaceful. You can extend this blessing to anyone that you know or believe is suffering, to any of your loved ones, people you hear about on the news, animals, the environment. May you be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May you be joyous and peaceful, knowing that your attention and followed with this prayer goes beyond time and space. So I'll leave you to do this as I do it as well for the next few minutes. I'll keep track of the time. May you be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May you be joyous and peaceful. bringing it back to yourself. May I be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May I be joyous and peaceful. Bringing your attention once again to your breath. Keeping your eyes closed, let's slowly come out of meditation. Simply sitting here, being here, eyes closed together. You might begin to tune into the body with that attitude of gratitude. Moving the body, inviting some stretching or neck rolls or shoulder rolls. And slowly, when you feel ready, you can begin to open your eyes. But take your time. Allow the spaciousness going from eyes closed to eyes open slowly, no rush. Sometimes you don't know how deep you've gone until you come out of the meditation, even though it may seem like a journey of thought journey in there. Taking this time in your day, I believe, really makes space for grace. It makes space for the invisible, the benevolent to get your attention as you run into signs and wonders and experience synchronicities. The more we can allow for being rather than doing, we allow for more grace and gratitude. So I want to thank you for being here with me today. I was thinking about this mantra. I use it a lot. I learned it in India, Ma Om. And you can say it anytime, but if you want to save it for meditation, it can be a little more potent. So I like to, when the mantra comes to me while I'm walking around and with my everyday life, I like to favor and be mindful of my everyday life. But then when the mantra and I'm doing mantra meditation and my everyday life comes into my meditation, I like to favor the mantra. So that's how it works. It's not magic, it's not a motto. These mantras aren't even affirmations. They are really designed to interrupt the constant internal dialogue that hijacks our peace. So a mantra, using the sound of a mantra, can interrupt the constant internal dialogue so that you go on this awareness journey of thought, 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 and then subtler and subtler thoughts, and then breath, and then there's a moment or two of no time, no thing, no thought. And that's called transcendence. And when we do this on a regular basis, we are dwelling in this field of love, this intelligent field of peace. And that's the field Rumi was talking about. So hopefully you had a beautiful experience. But if you didn't, I can tell you one thing, it works whether you think it does or not. That's why I keep doing it. I want to keep my glow on as I continue to circle the sun. So thank you for being here. I'm going to look at the chat. I wanted to allow anyone who wants to ask a question to do so by unmuting yourself. You can do that. I'm going to turn off the recording. Thank you for joining us if you're listening to this recording.